A very good evening to you. This is Mutton Curtis here on Radio WIP, the sounds of Philadelphia. Bringing to you Philadelphia Brown Trouser Baseball here in this beautiful August evening. 30th Street Park, the location as always for all Brown Trousers home games. On the mound is Moose Mossage, the star pitcher for the Philadelphia Brown Trousers. He gets it's actually beef nuggets. My mistake. It's beef nuggets. Also a very strong batter, a strong pitcher for the Brown Trousers. Got a record of 6-1, which actually tops Moose Mossage's 5-2 at this time. An ERA of about 3.9. He gives up a double to Bob Sindugnut of Amalgamated Baseball Holdings, who have been coming into who have come to 30th Street Park for a 3-game series. And one that I imagine they'd very much like to turn their luck around. Nonetheless, we have Mike Truck with runners on the corners. This is a devastating chance for ABH to put some runs on the board. They're going to go ahead and sacrifice a run home with that bouncing ground ball to first base. Here's Ray McStriff, the backup catcher for the ABH team. That's going to be fair down the third base line. Easy play by Bent Wild. He makes the throw to Chris Biello. And ABH are retired for the first inning. They get one run off a couple of hits, but taking the mound at the moment is Anson Sweeney. Their ace in the rotation, and he gets the first batter out. That is Truss Grundleson on one pitch. Here's Creep Barlow. Creep Barlow has been quite the batsman. Has been batting .327 for the Brown Trousers. Quite the average there. He's going to ground that one out to the third baseman. That, of course, is Carl Dandleton. Anson Sweeney, a little bit of adjustment of the crotchal area before pitching to Ben Wildley. And it seems to work with a 1-2-3 inning for ABH. The Brown Trousers held to no runs and no hits. Starting things off for ABH is Amalgamated Baseball Holdings, again facing Beef Nuggets on the mound. Beef Nuggets, of course. That first pitch is foul. Beef Nuggets, a 109.3 whip. Got 24 strikeouts. He's started 8 games, all but one with a decision, 6-1. That record. He's going to get another strikeout to add to his record, 25 on the season. Pitched a total of 50 in the third innings. Only allowed 54 hits, 22 earned runs. He's only walked one batsman, which I must say is quite the impressive statistic. Only one walk in all of those innings. I must say that's very impressive. His ERA at 3.934, not the lowest of all of the starting pitches for the Brown Trousers. In fact, if I look correctly, allow me to look lively here. Now, I was going to say it was the highest. It is not. In fact, it goes to Hash Buffums. That's a fair ball and an easy play. The second baseman, Poonsley Fair, able to get the second out. So, no runs, only the one on the board from the first inning. Chris Biello to start things off for the Brown Trousers, fourth in the lineup, batting cleanup. He is the first baseman. Batting .319 on the season, 22 RBIs. Leads the team in both RBIs and home runs. Unfortunately, he gets a strikeout. And up comes Trant Sovin, who is the highest batting average on the team. .361 he's batting, 18 runs scored, 11 RBIs, 3 home runs, and he gets on with a single. That is his 29th single, his 44th hit on the season, and that will increase the average even more. Here's Rash Dealer coming in as a shortstop, giving the starting shortstop Mickey Lice a bit of a rest. And he's going to hit right into a double play. Fancy Dan it is. A Fancy Dan double play to end the second inning. Brought to you by Fancy Dan's Follicle Products. Put more fop in your quaff with Fancy Dan. You too can be a Fancy Dan with their with their selection of shampoos, gelatin-based styling implements, and of course, their pomades and salves. That's Fancy Dan Follicle Products, sponsoring every Continental League Fancy Dan Double Play. Well, Dean Westry is back up after Bobson Dognut grounds out for the second out. Dean Westry, these are coming hot and heavy at this point. Rash Dealer is going to field that one very easily, make the throw to Crispy Yellow, and as I speak, we are into the bottom of the third. Again, a lovely night here at 30th Street Park. A beautiful section of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It was at one point the nation's capital. Still a thriving metropolis of industry and commercial success, and I must say the beautiful green parks that we have here in Philadelphia. Encourage you to travel via rail and see it for yourself. I must say, here at 30th Street Park, in this section of Philadelphia, nothing feels more right than to put a baseball park and some lovely greenery than in this section of Philadelphia. I can't imagine anything ever disturbing this 30th Street section of Philadelphia. And here's Beef Nuggets, the pitcher spot for the Brown Trousers after Coonsley Fair. There's that bat. That's going to be foul. And Onsen Sweeney has been one of the bright spots in the rotation for the, I say that, I don't know if that's necessarily true. The rotation for the, for Amalgamated Baseball Holdings has been quite dismal. I believe only Sean Foucault has, which my statistics say he is 3-3 with 3 no decisions. He has the only 500 record of any of the starting pitches, and that's going to be out right to first baseman Tony Smerrick. So 1-0 after 3 innings. Here is Mike Truck, the Continental League leader in all of home runs. No one has come remotely close to Mr. Truck with his home run count. He is at 17. As well with RBIs at 40 and hits at 59. That number is going to stay at 59 with that at bat, but the record books are going to show Mike Truck and then a whole bunch of second place players in distance. He will have a home run. He's potentially going for a triple award with home runs, hits, and runs batted in. That's going to be the out number 2, right to first base. Thrown by Bent Wildly at third. And Beef Nuggets, again, a very strong pitcher for the Brown Trousers. He's come along. There were a lot of concerns that Moose Marsage was going to be providing the lion's share of victories from the mound for the Brown Trousers, but I think they've shown this fighting Philadelphia team has shown that they can, in fact, come alive and look lively as Greep Barlow in center field down back the warning track, of course, makes the catch. And again, a hitless inning for ABH, which, with the size of their bats and the fortitude of their swings, any sort of hitless inning you can get from ABH, despite what their record and their standings will tell you, is something to be celebrated. And here's Onsen Sweeney, a bit of a buttock scratch, putting a little stink on it, as you will, and that is ball 2. So 2-2 the count, facing Greep Barlow. That's going to be caught by Glenn Allen Mixon in left field. Glenn Allen Mixon coming in for Mike Sanandez, again, resting some of these players. Again, a 42-game season. This short-lived season, we of course had to delay the start of it and shorten the season because of the Kaiser. It's a good start to see how these teams will in fact get acclimated, as you will, to the rigors of professional baseball, as that's going to be the end of the 4th. So a couple zeros on the board for the 4th inning. It is 1-0 to ABH, with Glenn Allen Mixon, top of the 5th, looking to extend that lead. But of course, here in 1919, we have a 42-game season, and it is slowly becoming a 3-horse race. And As the voice of the Sounds of Philadelphia, Mutton Curtis at WIP, I'm very happy to know that Philadelphia are one of those horses. And this team of fillies versus the noble steeds of Milwaukee, and of course the vaunted Pittsburgh Stallions of the Presbyterian team, will be duking it out and racing neck and neck, quite like they would in the sport of kings. And Beef Nuggets filling up the count with a big swing. Oh, just barely avoiding his head. I think got the glove up mostly for protection, and that's going to be a single. Crowd not happy about that on the after filling the count up. That's a fair ball, and it's going to bounce off the body of Bent Wildly, just diving in the way, could not read it. A bit difficult. It's going to be a double off of that. I don't know if that's necessarily an error, but just threw his body in front of it just to protect any sort of run from being scored. That's going to go high and far. I think the moment it left the bat, we knew it would be to Industry for a home run for Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. 3 runs will score on that hit. What a smash by Todd Gonzalez. And that short, stocky frame, you know it anywhere. That is Gonzalez. That is the leadoff hitter for Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. And that, in fact, is home run number 6 for Mr. Gonzalez. And runs batted in number 24 through 26. That is the thing about Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. They know how to put runs on the board. However, they are having a bit of trouble on the defensive side. I think if their pitching staff could seek some improvements, doing some calisthenics perhaps, improving their pitching ability, I think this is a team really to be contended with. I think as the season wore on, we eventually started to see their pitching staff wear down, as I believe ABH were one of the teams in the top 3 at the halfway point in the season, and they seem to have fallen off very much so. At that point, here's Mike Truck, again the league leader in home runs, runs batted in, and in fact hits. Overall, he's going to ground that one out. He's going to be 0 for today, which again is something you always would like to see when you're facing Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. If you can hold Mike Truck any sort of a 0 in his statistics, then you are in shape, I'd say. Brown Trousers have a chance to get back into this game. It is the bottom of the 5th. They are down 4-0. Starting off with a single by Trent Sovin. Always one of the standbys. Can always rely on him. Marcel Sweeney here in the bottom of the 5th. Very economical. Throwing about 8 pitches an inning. That's going to be a fancy Dan double play to get both out. Smerick with the catch at first. That was a Dugnut Gonzalez Smerick. Fancy Dan double play brought to you by Fancy Dan Follicle Products. Put off pop in your quaff with Fancy Dan. And just as I say it, a home run to Industry from Willie Pregnant. And Willie Pregnant stomps on home plate, getting this Philadelphia brown trouser crowd into a kerfuffle. It is to Industry a home run. As always, those home runs brought to you by Industry brand fragrances, perfumes, and colognes, and now dabbling in aftershave. You can dab on some that they dabble in. We dabble in aftershave so you can dabble it on your face after you shave. Industry. If you're going out and someone says, "How do you smell so good?" you say, "My dear, it's because of Industry." Found wherever smells are sold. That's going to dribble right in front of the catcher. That's the easy one. Front serve makes the throw to Crispy Yellow, and another out is recorded. The first out of the top of the 6th. 4-1. ABH in the lead. That's going to be an easy one for Beef Nuggets. Makes the throw. Put out number 2. Here's Glenn Allen Mixon. He's 1 for 2 today with a single. Facing Beef Nuggets. Big swing on that one. And 1-1 with the ball. Beef Nuggets thrown 56 pitches. Here in the top of the sixth, that's not too bad, I must say. Let's see if we can get him going to the 7th inning. I think that would be optimal before going to the bullpen. You know, any sort of quality start you can get out of your pitching staff, and that's going to be an easy 6th inning for Beef Nuggets. He's going to lead off, so perhaps they might actually go to their bullpen at this time. They are going to. Mickey Lice will come in to hit as a pinch hitter, so 6 innings will be it for Beef Nuggets, I think mostly due to where he sits in the lineup. And he's going to pop that one up, so Trust Grundleson, top of the lineup, so Mickey Lice will show up for one at-bat and go back to take his rest. We'll probably see him in tomorrow's game. And that's going to be off the wall for Trust Grundleson. A bit difficult to field, but nonetheless, he's on with a double for Greet Barlow in scoring position. The Brown Trousers looking to smash their way back into this game. That's going to be an easy out at first. There's nothing easy about it. They had to, Todd Gonzalez had to dive his way onto that ball and only able to get the out at first. So runner on third with 2 outs. Here is Bent Wildly. I'd like to see him bend this ball over the left field wall, bringing home not just Grundleson, but himself as well. That's going to be not enough. Smerrick, the little chip of a throw to Onsen Sweeney, and that ends the inning. So Dick Doodlebick will come in for perhaps 1, maybe 2 innings for the Brown Trousers here in the top of the 7th, facing Tony Smerrick. 1 for 2 is at the bottom of the lineup. Smerrick, Sweeney, and Gonzalez are up to bat for ABH in this one. Perhaps Onsen Sweeney may not take ground, but again, will they choose a pinch hitter? And that's going to be out number 1, so we'll see what they decide to do. Onsen Sweeney, will he come out? He will stay in, so again, his pitch count is very low. I'd say why not? You keep him in. Been pitching masterfully. And 1 and 2 the count. 2 and 2 with a ball. And Dick Doodlebick really working that count. He's going to fill it up for the pitcher. Ends up to Rash Dealer. The throw not in time, and Onsen Sweeney is on with a single. So a bit lazy on the fielding, I must say. I think the 30th Street Park crowd not too happy about that, but nonetheless, still time to right the ship, as it were. And we are seeing Dick Doodlebick, 3 balls right to Todd Gonzalez, who's going to hit that one out of here to industry a second time for Mr. Gonzalez. We are seeing home runs coming out of everywhere for the diminutive Mr. Gonzalez. And with Bobson Dugnar taking the plate with 1 out, it is now 6-1 for Amalgamated Baseball holding. And the Philadelphia Brown Trousers cannot afford to drop games like this when they are in a championship race with the likes of Milwaukee and Pittsburgh. Especially when they're games like this that you feel you should be able to win. But they might have feel a bit stunned coming off of a series with Chicago. An elongated homestand. Chicago had just left town. Now the team from Schenectady, New York. Coming up, that's going to be out number 3, so top of the 7th over. We're at the 7th inning stretch. Everyone can have a lovely stretch of their gristly muscles. Make sure to do your calisthenics and your aerobic exercises as well as your anaerobic exercises. And Chris Biello, first baseman up here at the bottom of the 7th, facing Onsen Sweeney. Sweeney still pitching. And that's going to be out number 1 to Smerrick. One right to the second baseman, Gonzalez, who's been everywhere on the stat sheet. Playing in the field very masterfully, only allowing 1 run. Have holdings. Smerik takes that one himself, and with 2 outs, it's the bottom of the 7th. Here is Rash Dealer. Pops that one up into foul territory. Baby there for Smerik, and he does in fact get the glove to it. Perhaps he does. End of the 7th inning, so 6-1. The opportunities for Philadelphia are starting to wane a bit as Dick Doodlebick takes the mound again to face Mike Truck. Well, it's a truck shot for Mike Truck to industry. That is yet another home run for the man who leads the league very easily. 18 home runs, 41 RBIs. That is now hit number 60. That is a 6 and a 0 for Mike Truck. I have not seen such a specimen of a man play this sport. You feel that he could do anything. It is almost a shame to see that his team struggles in the series, in the league, because such individual effort should be, in fact, acclaimed and supported by the team. But they are very much a hitting team. We're seeing it here, and that is going to be another hit up the middle. Greg Barlow is going to field that one on the full count. And that's Ray McSwift on with a single. To Carl Dandleton we go. Going to hit that one foul here in the top of the 8th at 30th Street Park. Big swing by Dandleton. It'll be an easy catch in the middle of center field by Greg Barlow. And the runner, McSwift, will in fact stay at first base. Not that I thought he was going to tag up and attempt to move. And it looks like Gravy Train will be pitching here in the top of the 8th, going to the closing pitcher. No close situation. He's going to have to get some reps in for the Brown Trousers. 2-2 the count, facing Glenn Allen Mixon. Starting to get to the bottom of the lineup. That's going to be foul for 2-2 still. And he strikes out Mixon. And that right there for Gravy Train is strikeout number 10. His 18th appearance for the Brown Trousers. And he's got about 1 strikeout every other inning. So not too bad. That's going to be another one for him. Number 11. Strikeout number 11 for Gravy Train. Faces yet another batter. He's only had 6 earned runs. His ERA 2.656. His whip 1.18. So again, very strong. We're seeing Mike Hernandez come in field, and looks like Raul Chamberlain, so some of the regular starters for ABH coming in to get some reps in with the scores seemingly in hand at 7-1. Four pitches for Sweeney on this at-bat of... well, he's going to be on base. That's going to go right to Mike Truck. And here comes Poonsley Fair. That's Willie Pregnant on first with that single. Pregnant really knows how to work that pitch count. He really is. Been on and off a little bit lately. His form has dropped a bit. He's batting .301, which again, kudos to that. I bully to that. But he's been a little inconsistent. He's got 8 home runs in the season, so he can really smash those over the fence. Second only to Chris Biello, put in my statistics sheet as far as home run count. That should be an easy Fancy Dan by Poonsley Fair. A Fancy Dan double play brought to you by Fancy Dan's Follicle Products. More fop for your quaff with their selection of gelatin-based styling substances. And of course, crimping salves. And full-bodied pomades. And that's going to be to industry for the Brown Trousers. A big home run. A very big home run from the pinch hitter. And here's Truss Grundleson to try to get the Brown Trousers back into this, as Onson Sweeney trying not to look too rattled at the moment. going to give up another single up the middle to Mike Truck. Fields it with ease. Had some velocity on it, but it went foul. Ball one the count. Jimmy still looks composed, has his composure to him, but he's going to give up a home run to Industry and the brown trousers. Here in the bottom of the eighth, are starting to show some life. Bent wildly up the plate with Greet Barlow hitting a 2-run home run. It is now 7-4. And Ding Low, after that home run to start things off, comes out for Tiddly Bonetti. Top of the ninth. To attempt to hold. And yes, Willie Dustis will come in as a pinch hitter for Anson Sweeney. So I imagine Mario McElwain would like to come in for the save opportunity for the ABA in the ninth, the bottom of the ninth. But not just yet. I think Philadelphia might have a little bit of life left in them. Greet Barlow going to field that single. Start things off for Dustis. And now we go to Todd Gonzalez, the leadoff hitter. He's going to line that one right to left field. Willie Pregnant with the catch, and Bobson Dugnut takes the plate. He is 2 for 4 today, both doubles. And looks like they might be walking Bobson Dugnut. I don't know. No, that person just I don't think they called for it. I think it just kind of went that way, and it's going to be 1-1. Up the middle, and it's going to be a single for Dugnut. And to third. No! They're going to get him. Well, Gonzalez unable to make it to third base. The throw in time, the out recorded. It's 2 outs. And Philadelphia really starting to rally around Tiddly Bonetti and see if they can do anything behind the plate. Full count now for Dean Westry. Swing, it should be playable. And it's an easy throw from Poonsley Fair to Crispy Yellow. So, bottom of the ninth, a 3-run deficit. Lots to recover, but Mario McElwain, the closing pitcher, gives up a single to start things off to Crispy Yellow. So, Tron Sobin and Rash Dealer up to bat next with Willie Pregnant third. And this is a good meaty part of the lineup for the brown trousers. Another single and runners on first and second. Here's Rash Dealer. And he's going to come out for Wallace Gromit, I think a pitch hitter situation. Moving the infielders around. Mario McElwain. That's going to be an easy one to Tony Smerick. He's going to take it himself. Here's Willie Pregnant, 2 for 3 with a home run and a single, with runners on second and third, both in scoring position. He represents a tying run. That's going to get past the glove of Carl Dandleton. It's a fair ball. 2 runs are going to score. And I believe Willie Pregnant's going to make it to second. And it's going to be a 7-6 game with 1 out. Here's Poonsley Fair, 1 for 3 with a single. Represents the winning run. It's going to drop into right field, hit the warning track and the wall. A double for Fair, and it is a tie game. The brown trousers have made an amazing 8th and 9th inning comeback to tie this one up. Here's Tiddly Bonetti coming out. Peebles Scalia will be the pinch hitter for Philadelphia. again with Punsley Fair on second. The tying run. The go-ahead run is on second, is 180 feet away. Not directly, because of course you cannot run right from second to home, excuse me. One of those days I'll get it right. Just so excited to see it. Beautiful baseball being played. Single off the misfielded catch. I don't think that will be an error in this case, and that will just be a single. It was a difficult catch to make. 1-1 the count. Back to the top of the lineup for Truss, Grundlson, Scalia on first, Punsley Fair on third. They're going to try a double steal. It's going to be foul, and that returns them both to their respective bases. Easy play at second, and third first. Oh, they tried to go for it to outrun it. It's a fancy Dan double play. We have extra innings, ladies and gentlemen. I am so excited to tell you about this. Extra innings here. Amalgamated Baseball holding 7. Philadelphia Brown Trousers 7. Going into the top of the 10th, it's Rory Borealis taking the mound for the Brown Trousers to start things off. Having come in for Pigo Scalia, who was a pinch hitter. The first hit is going to be caught by Willie Pregnant over by the warning track in left field for out number 1. Raul Chamberlain, you feel the momentum has swung all the way back to the home side. This crowd, which was silent early on, score was 6-1 at one point, and the Brown Trousers coming back with an 8th and a 9th inning to recover and get to the game to 7 apiece. That is out number 2. Here's Carl Dandleton. That's going to just escape the glove of Punsley Fair with 2 outs. He's on with a single. And the 10th inning continues for the Brown Trousers, for the Amalgamated Baseball Holdings team. Darrell Archideld will be coming in as a pinch hitter for Mike Hernandez. He's a fielding choice, and I think Darrell Archideld, second baseman. Not sure how he'll be playing in the outfield. Might be interesting to see when they have the field. And 1-2 the count. He's fouled off a couple. Fouls off yet another one, making Rory Borealis really work for it. 2-2 the count now. And with Tony Smerick up to bat, 1 for 4. Runners are now on first and second, 2 outs. And it's getting a little nervy again as the Brown Trousers, with 2 outs, unable to put this game potentially to bed. Big swing by Smerick, and Tony Smerick, well, that's ball number 2, chasing him off the plate a little bit, trying to get him to find something to chase. Ball 3 that was inside, fills up the count. This is a very important pitch, and it's going to walk Smerick, loading the bases for Kevin Nogilny. And Nogilny's going to single that one into center field. An 8th run scores, a 9th run scores. It is 9-7 with Todd Gonzalez, who has hit home runs twice today. 2 for 5.
Off the plate inside.
This is not the person you really want to be seeing as you face the top of the lineup. That's going to go high and foul into the stands, but you see the power that Gonzalez maintains, and that is going to go high and far off the wall, a double. Barlow plays it right off the wall as best as he could. It is 11-7 now for Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. Bobson Dugnut up, and it is just gone all wrong yet again. The momentum pendulum, the proverbial pendulum, has shifted yet again. Another single this time for Dugnut, and here is Dean Westry, and on deck now is Mike Truck, and certainly something you don't want to see is Mike Truck with the bases loaded in any sort of way. That is going to be foul. Strike 2 called for Rory Borealis, who's pitched 31 pitches 32 will finally get the strikeout that ends this inning, but Tim Sandali now has the opportunity to win this game for Amalgamated Baseball Holdings, but they face a meaty part of the lineup: Grief Barlow, Bent Wildly, and Crispy Yellow. That is where the faith is put, but 4 runs must be scored in this inning for this game to continue. That's going to be an easy second pitch. Right to Tony Smerick after fielded by Todd Gonzalez. Bent Wildly up to bat now. That's going to be high for ball 1. Second pitch is going to go right to Carl Dandleton. Makes the throw. Just Tony Smerick has lots of time. And it's out number 2. So unfortunately we come down to Crispy Yellow as the final out of this game potentially. Unless a miracle comeback can in fact maintain. Well, ABH in fact were able to. But it looks like that's going to be popped up right into the glove of Dean Westry. And that will do it for today. Amalgamated Baseball Holdings get the win through a surge of offense that started strong, cooled off a bit. The Brown Trousers got their way back into this game. Unfortunately, the 10th inning spelled disaster for the Brown Trousers. They were ready for 9. They were not ready for the extra. They got the big comeback from 7-1 down in the 8th and 9th innings. 3 runs apiece in that one. But it was the surge of offense that came back in the top of the 10th from Amalgamated Baseball Holdings to give them the win in that sort of fashion. Unfortunately, it is going to be a loss for the Philadelphia Brown Trousers. And their chase of the playoffs, the playoffs of the championship will in fact be a bit nervy at this point. As we go to our statistics, the final score: Amalgamated Baseball Holdings 11 runs off 18 hits. The Philadelphia Brown Trousers 7 runs off 14 hits. The final score coming in 10 innings with a total of 3 home runs apiece hit by both sides, and quite a liberal use of the bench players and the bullpen for both. I believe 5 different pitches were used for the Brown Trousers, 3 for Amalgamated Baseball Holdings. Mario McElwain gets the win. The loss goes to Rory Borealis. And, of course, our finest dandies of the day, Bobson Dugnut. Woody Pregnant with 3 for 4 and a home run. And Todd Gonzalez, of course, is the finest dandy of the day for that. So that is going to be it for us today. My name is Mutton Curtis. This is Radio WIP. We continue with this series tomorrow, as I believe taking the mound for the Brown Trousers will be Jeffrey Rimps, facing off against, I believe it'll be Sean Foucault. I believe Sean Foucault is next in the rotation for the Amalgamated Baseball Holdings team. So until then, we'll hope for a better result tomorrow. This is Mutton Curtis. You're listening to The Sounds of Philadelphia, Radio WIP. To remind you, this is Mutton Curtis reminding you, keep your heads up and your trousers brown.